Welcome to the show. It is me, your girl Labora Lee, aka Cat Lee, and
You have now tuned in to Ambitiously the podcast.
mhm, yeah, y'all about to hear some noise. I was trying to keep it cute, but hold on, I'll be right back. What's good, my ambitious ones? I am here because Savage Fenty is offering up something extraordinary. You get two for $29 bras and 50% off other items for new VIP members. You heard me. Two bras for $29 plus 50% off of other items for new VIP memberships. I mean, you can't beat that. All right, I'm back. Yep, that was perfect timing too. So, what's up, babies? What's up, my ambitious ones? First things first. Today is officially Media Monday. We are officially on the Gab beat. Yes, we are. We got some things to talk about because I got some questions. Y'all know I always do. But anyway, shortly the phone line will be available 443-850-4828. You could call in or you could drop a text. We will read it on the show. Or you will be live on the air. Or just drop a comment in the comments or ask me to drop the link and be on your best behavior, and I will, because I'm that kind of girl. I am. Um, Remember to like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. Every like, every share, and every subscription is well appreciated and very much loved and well received. Okay, so I already got to play. I'm already played the commercials, so we're gonna get into what's on the beat right now. So have you ever, I have a question because I've had questions about what it would be like to live next door to a celebrity. What would they be like as a neighbor per se? And apparently, if you have Rick Ross as a neighbor, then you should make sure that you have plenty of fruit and veggies on deck, because they might just come over to your property. And he said they don't mean no harm. Although, Rick Ross, baby, let me get to the story and then I got a few words to say to Rick Ross about his animals. Rick Ross is grateful one of his neighbors is pointing out he has a problem with stray pets. A few of his cattle and bison are roaming a little too freely. Rick says he always manages to corral the livestock on his promised land estate. Not an easy feat, seeing as how the property sits on 235 acres of land. Rose compares it to the popular TV series Yellowstone, aka it's the Wild Wild West when it comes to the wildlife. Oh, Jesus. But listen, the level Jesus, let me say, I'm gonna tell you why. The level of damage that bison caused to the neighbor's yard doesn't seem like the equivalent of returning a lost pooch. But the MMG rapper explained that they're actually peaceful animals and that will graciously accept a carrot on request. Oh my gosh, y'all. I don't care what they is going to accept, Rick Ross. I don't want your big ass bison on my property. Like who wants to walk out? I'm just imagining. I'm just picturing it in my mind. You walk out onto your front porch, and the first thing you see is a big ass bison going across your daggone um lawn. Now, I imagine that the people that live next door to him are very rich as well, and so of course they have. If he has 235 acres, I'm assuming that they have equally 235 acres. Hold on, I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna have to do this because I'm not having these annoyances today. Not today. But I'm imagining, or if not more, maybe less. You feel me? I just can't imagine that Rick Ross lives next to somebody who owns like 10 acres of land. I just can't see it. So what he's saying is this. Um, just give him a carrot and everything could be cool. We gotta like, I'm getting ready to show love for a second. But just give him a carrot and everything could be cool. Everything could be copacetic, apparently. But I don't mean no harm. I'm not walking up to no bison, sir, and handing them anything. Um, I'm not doing it. I'm just not. Um, back in his so back a while back, his neighbor of his Fayetteville estate grew and frustrated. His bisons were destroying her yard, but he argued his neighbors to be courteous and remind them to keep collars on their pets. I just don't know, Rick Ross. I don't know if you actually have a leg to stand on. Hi, Justin, hun. How are you? I was trying to wait for that to clear up. But I don't know if you really got a leg to stand on, Rick Ross. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I damn sure don't want no damn bison I don't want them in my yard. What if my baby is out there and she want to go have a good time in her own damn yard and you got bison running around? Kids don't understand that your bison is quote unquote friendly. Kids don't understand that, so get out of here. But anyway, I'm not going to rip into Rick Ross too much more. I'm just saying I shouldn't have to be inconvenienced by your cattle and your freaking bison, all right? Get a grip on them niggas real quick for me. So with this, I can't never say his name, so I'm gonna just say Triple X. Um, the three men that were a part of that case of taking him out have been found guilty. So the three men accused of his demise have just been found guilty of the 2018 shooting. The verdicts came in on Monday for Michael Boatwright, and I've said these names before, Trayvon Newsom and Dedrick Williams. The decision follows the jury's deliberation, which started March the 8th. And I'm going to tell y'all something else in a second, too. But as reported, 20-year-old Triple X was at a Florida motorcycle dealership almost 5 years ago when the prosecutors say he became the victim of, somebody trying to take his stuff and then being taken out while inside of his vehicle. They say the men ran off with $50,000 in cash and a Louis Vuitton bag. The three were charged with first degree. I'm trying to tone it down because I'm tired of them trying to get me every time I say something. But they got the first degree in his passing with a firearm and it's hard not to say armed robbery, and in closing arguments last month, defense attorney Joseph Kemock claimed evidence clear all three men from the crime, saying that the DNA found on the rapper's body and necklace did not belong to them. It's a lot going on. I'm not going to get all the way into this story, but it's a lot going on with that. And what I wanted to talk about real quick about that whole situation is this. I see they still weren't able to tie Drake in. See, it's a lot going on. But if anything, everybody should know that the lawyer, his lawyer, their defense lawyer, was just trying to find a way, some loophole to buy them time, because it was no way they was tying Drake into this whole situation. They tried to though. Um, let's move forward. They tried. They really tried really really hard. So whatever. Um, let's get into this whole French Montana situation, because he is being sued over um the OK Corral situation at a music video shoot that he had in Florida. So French Montana's rap Ted, I don't even anti sushi. I don't even know how to say his name. Tells says I don't even know how to say his name. Um, Carl Leon was never invited to the restaurant at the night of the incident. It was just the person, I guess, the person who's in litigation. His interest in litigation is solely to exploit and benefit financially from it. And he's reimagining his invitation to the current statement as simply an egregious profit play, publicity stunt. Ooh. He continues, beyond rejecting Mr. Leon and his counsel's claim, we implore them to take a good long look in the mirror and ask whether their loved ones would respect them for trying to make a buck by oh, blatantly lying. Oh, his little attorney got some spunk. What's more, French told us back in January that he wasn't at the location when the situation happened. Instead, he said they were at the restaurant to celebrate the release of his mixtape and just so happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time and when the situation happened. I like his lawyer a little bit. I kind of do, because it was just giving me, listen to how I listen. And listen to how he talking. Ted, I like you. You cool. But he was never supposed to be there. I like Ted. He was never supposed to be there. He is just delusional. He never had an invite. He is all the way delusional. So, that's what they say. That's what they say is going on out here in these streets. Ted said, who you playing with? Let me tell you something. You are delusional. Let's see what else we got going on. Hold on, before I go any further. Ted was giving me life, y'all. Y'all don't understand. What? He was not invited. He just showed up. That's what he said. I'll be right back. Right back. What they're offering might just have you in the mood to get naked. Flex offers $100 off a 6-pack of wine for $39.99, including shipping. Again, the offer is $100 off of a 6-pack of wine for $39.99 with shipping included. These are not small bottles of wine. These are your normal size bottles of wine, and you're guaranteed to fill your wine cellar or have a really good time. Get it now, y'all. Get it. Listen, I like French Montana lawyer, representative, lawyer. I don't know if that was his publicist. They just said a representative, but I don't know who put. You were not invited, so why are you acting like you are? Ain't nobody asked you to come to the party. You just showed up. So anything that happened to you, you shouldn't have just showed up. That's basically what he's saying in layman's terms. Now, every now and again, every now and then, Ja Rule likes to pop up. And so I guess the question posed, hip hop's affecting Morant's decision. This ain't the way. So basically, he's saying that hip hop is why Jay Morant is out here waving guns in strip clubs and getting fucked up, getting shit faced Hip hop is the reason. That's what you're telling me. That's what you're saying to me. Hip hop is the reason. That's like saying like back in the day when they used to be like, hip hop is poisoning our children, and that's the reason why they out here doing drugs. Blah blah blah. The drugs were narcotic was already out here, and that's something I think we should do a hood history on that one of these days. Hold on. Um, I think I will, just because it's a fascinating, extraordinary um conversation piece. Instead of just trying to blame it on the black folks and the black kids out here in the streets, and they're the reason why hip hop is the reason why everything. I'm not going to take that one. I'm not taking that one for the home team at all. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if hip hop is the reason why he in the strip club waving tools around and shit face and being very irresponsible, if that's the case, Ja Rule, then that would mean that everybody's right about hip hop. And I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to go with that. I'm not going to say that. I hate that generalizing thing that people do. It's like, okay, because this person is like this, everybody's like this. Um, my ex-boyfriend cheated on me, so all my boyfriends, any boyfriend that I might have in the future is going to cheat on me. My ex-girl was a a tramp. So every girlfriend I'm gonna have from here on out is probably gonna be a tramp too. When really in real life, not everybody moves the same. It's a lot of young men out here that have the same opportunity that this young man has. The same opportunity to make the same amount of millions, if not more. Um, and not always do they behave in this manner. And a lot of them listen to hip hop. We're not going to say that all of them behaved the way that young man was behaving. He was behaving that way because he was lit. Let's just be honest. He was lit. It's called a spade a spade. Anyway, let's keep it moving. He was lit. And that's just what it was. We ain't going to say it's hip hop is the reason why he was lit and acting a fool in the club. That ain't it. Anyway, so I think I talked about this a little bit on Fire Friday. DJ Khaled made his runway debut. You can now add model to his always growing resume after making his like I said, his runway debut at the Hugo Boss fashion show in Miami. He was looking like he was having a good time too. Khaled bravely risked becoming a trending topic as he floated across the slippery catwalk. Well, the wet and slippery catwalk, but he never lost his footing, even while he was escorted by Naomi Campbell, the infamous Naomi Campbell, in the finish line. And after the show, Khaled celebrated with his team, like they had just won the championship, but he was likely, happy just not to fall on his face. Yeah, nobody want to be falling, but he was walking like he was really, really happy about it. He had the time of his life. He was in there partying like he had just won. I don't know. I mean, maybe that is a monumental thing because usually, and I'm gonna tell you why. And that's nothing to DJ. I love how DJ Khaled owns his Khaledness, right? But maybe that was a monumental thing because maybe he never thought a man of his stature would be walking on a runway next to Naomi, let alone next to Naomi Campbell. I'm just saying, men be having dreams too. You just gotta listen. If you don't listen and tap in, but it is what it is. All right, so listen to this. Let's get into some politics real quick. I think we should. Some U.S. politics for those who listen to this show who are not within the United States or who do not get some of the news. Biden issues the first veto, taking on the new Republican House. Oh, it's getting ready to get sticky real quick here, but let's get to it. So, President Joe Biden issues the first veto of his presidency Monday in an early sign of shifting the White House relations with the new. Hey. Wait a minute. Somebody always gotta be a hater. With the new Congress since Republicans took control of the House in January, a move that serves as a prelude to bigger battles with the GOP lawmakers on government spending and the nation's debt limit. So Biden sought to kill a Republican authored measure that would ban the government from considering environmental impacts and potential lawsuits when making investments decisions for people's retirement plans. In a video released by the White House, Biden said that he vetoed the measure because it put at risk the retirement savings of individuals across the country. That's what he said. So it's looking kind of like yeah, it's getting thick around there in the state capitol. I don't know what's gonna go down, but it's looking a little crazy around them parts. All right, where we at? We good on time. Yeah, it's looking a little crazy. So Jim Gordon. So everybody like, who the fuck is Jim Gordon? Wow. I gotta bring music in here somewhere. Jim Gordon, a rock drummer who off his mother, died at the age of 77. Let's get into his story. So Jim Gordon, the rock and roll session drummer who played on classic records by Eric Clapton, George Henderson, the Beach Boys, but suffered from growing mental health problems and spent a record of half of his life in prison for often his mom, Dukes, has passed at the age of 77. George died Monday at the California Medical Facility in Vocaville Department of Corrections Rehabilitation confirmed on Thursday that he did pass. I wanted to get deeper into the story because it's weird. It is. All right, so he was diagnosed to be have schizophrenia, and had been in prison for decades, from the mid 1960s to the mid 1970s. Few drummers were more in demand than Gordon, at Los Angeles native and protege of all time versatile sessions man How Long. Gordon had been drumming since his teens and early in his career as a part of Phil Spector's. But you know what? I'm gonna get into but Phil Spector's celebrated studio assembly that the Rockin' Crew, which featured Blaine. I wonder if he was around doing that. When Tina was in there singing. That one song that I got mad about because it was serious, but Phil Spector, let her go ham. I don't know. Anyway, so he did he worked with a lot of he's sampled by a lot of artists, Jay-Z, Busta Rhymes, Kool Moe Dee, just to name a few. His story is a little crazy, but at the end of the day, we all know he was schizophrenic, so we're not gonna dig too deep into it. But oh my gosh, I want to dive into. I'm gonna do some research on that story too, because I'm intrigued on what happened, and I know I should not be, but I am. Let's get to quick. I like to jump around from time to time. This one is kind of fun. Um, this is gonna sound crazy, but I like when uppity little entitled children talk mad trash. Like for me, it gives me life. Um, I like to hear them say little things. Like there was this time I was in North Carolina, and I'm not gonna tell everything that happened while I was in North Carolina. I'm just gonna say some things happened, right? And the melee, the one young lady who was very entitled and privileged tells the one young man who was very entitled and privileged, I'm gonna get the whole town. I'm not gonna say the name of the town, but she basically the town is but so big. I'm gonna get the whole town to come down here and whip your ass. And I'm thinking like, isn't everybody in the town already here? Like, like I thought everybody was here. It was crazy. So, but I like when entitled children get to popping off, right? So in this situation, we got Jose Canseco. Jose Canseco's daughter says she's self-made. Her family is broke. Oh, oh. So Jose Canseco's daughter Josie is a Victoria's Secret model, is firing away at her critics, insisting that she never received a leg up, at least monetarily, from her dad or anyone else in her family. Um, Josie unleashed on her haters in a series of Instagram posts on this morning, blaming, claiming to be entirely self-made. It's unknown what was exactly said to her about her that set her off, but she's clearly wanted everybody to know that despite her dad's huge baseball career, she grew up far from wealthy. I find it very, very hard to. I don't know. I just find it very freaking hard to believe that. Now, I'm not going to say that her career is because of Jose Canseco. No, that's not how that works. She has to be a very fly young lady for her to be doing the things that she's doing. But what I'm not going to do is going to sit here and act like her whole life her family was broke. It's Jose Canseco. You are not, girl. Now, the money you make right now, yes, you probably make that on your own. I'm not gonna doubt that. Why would I ever doubt that? You a grown woman. You should be doing that yourself at this point, right? But let's not act like you weren't just miss sitting around, miss privilege. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here, girl. Uh girl, get out of here. Let's move on. Oh, my homeboy Shaq. Shaq undergoes hip surgery on a mend. You know what? I will say this. Let me get into this a little bit real quick. Hold on. Before I start preaching my good preach. Shaquille O'Neal sparked concern after sharing a photo of himself in a hospital bed on Sunday. Um, But it's been learned that the NBA legend simply needed to fix a nagging injury, but he's now okay. Um, the 51-year-old underwent the knife over the weekend to have the issue with his hip corrected, and everything went according to plan. Um, it's been said he's already on the mend. I don't like when people be sharing their photos when they're in the hospital. I'm gonna tell you, like when you get ready to have surgery, or like you had some kind of something going on that you had to sit in the hospital for, like you in on the gurney. I don't like them pictures. Like I don't know. I just don't like them for whatever. Uh, I was trying to wait to make sure everything stopped buzzing so I can connect it. Well, if it rings, then I'll connect it. So again, the number's 443-850-4828. Now, more sports talk. Floyd Mayweather's Floyd Mayweather's jeweler says that Jake Paul's all cap. He's lying about the Miami altercation. Let's get into it. So Floyd Mayweather's jeweler tells the sources that Jake Paul is fibbing about the way things went down in Miami earlier this month, saying that there were nowhere near 50 guys in TBE's entourage during the altercation outside of a Heat game. Suki Internationals had a front row view of the two fighters' little tiff in the South Florida street back on March the 8th as he attended the NBA game with the legendary boxer. Now, he says that there were only about 8 guys with Floyd at the time of the ruckus. He also tells us that Mayweather didn't seek out Jake, saying their entourage strictly coincided with each other. Jake is exaggerating, the jeweler says, and he just finished. We just finished the game, pulled out, and Jake was there. Floyd was with his 8 bodyguards, and Jake just run like a rabbit. So he said nothing really went down. Of course, Jake's side of the story is a little different. He said that Floyd waited outside the arena for him in order to confront him with several dozens of other people, and took off because he didn't want to get jumped. So it's always two sides of the story. I don't know. Jake Paul I don't know him personally, but when it comes to stories about him, it always, something about him always runs me the wrong way. And I can't ever put my full thumb on it. It was one thing for you to be doing YouTube, but then you jumping over to other stuff, and that's cool. But I guess he figured he gotta make some noise in order for people to notice the things that he's doing, and I appreciate that as a marketer, as a publicist. I appreciate that, but he is a pain in my behind. I get tired of hearing his name. I don't want to hear anything else about Jake Paul, but he's part of the news, so I got to talk about it. But the jeweler is saying that everything that he said happened did not necessarily happen. Do I believe that Floyd had an entourage with him? Absolutely, he always does. He's been known to walk around with a lot of cash. I would walk around with a lot of bodyguards as well. Do I think that they was going to let Jake Paul come over there and fuck with Mayweather? No, they get paid to guard his body. That's what a bodyguard does. They get paid so that Mayweather don't have to use his hands, which is actually a weapon. He had to register them. He had to register his hands and insure his hands just because they are weapons, and sometimes can be weapons of mass destruction. He had to go register those things. So he has bodyguards so that he don't have to use these concealed weapons. Well, they're not concealed. These unconcealed weapons that he walk around with every day. That's what he had to do. But if you're going to add stuff to the equation, then be my guest. Go right ahead, Jake Paul. But yes, he be working my last nerve. Every time news comes up about him, I'm just like, really again. I'm gonna report it because that's what I'm here for. But this is some bull. Yeah, I'm gonna watch my mouth. But that's how I really feel. Like I really feel that every time I hear just, oh my gosh, it's some news about Jake Paul. Oh, spare me the drama. Go back to being a YouTuber. It was less dramatic. No, well, it wasn't because he had drama there too. I just don't know. I don't know. He just gets under my skin. Let's talk about this really quick though. I want to get into it because yeah, I keep hearing about it and I almost want to watch it a little bit, but I don't know how I feel about it. And I'm gonna tell you why I don't know how. We've been talking about it a little bit here and there, but I'm gonna tell you why I don't know how I feel about it. So, Swarm. Let's get into it real quick. Producers of Swarm, a new Amazon series co-created by Donald Glover, and this is why I'm gonna tell you. And Janine Neighbors have issued a do not spoil list that precludes detailing much about the show beyond the fact that the 7 episodes were shot in color, but there is a lot to be said about the limited series, provocative views on fan culture, and how such loyalty can be an obsession. Okay, I'm going to stop right there and I'm going to tell you most part of why I don't want to see it a little bit because I know that, since I've been doing this podcast, since I've been doing all the things that I've been doing, right? I like, even when I worked as a marketer and music, and I was doing, public relations and music and all of that stuff. Even when I worked for the tattoo, what I learned is if you have a serious brand and people really, really follow you, some of these people really, really take you serious. And if your message is not one of, chill out, we don't get down like that, we want some whatever, a lot of these people take it real serious. You could look at the Beehive, which I feel like the show called Swarm is basically based off of them. Um, but then you got like the Navy with Rihanna, and then you got the Barbs with Nicki Minaj, and the Barty Yang with Cardi B, and it's a lot. And so I think I just don't want to see it just because it's like we kind of. I'm because it's because it's Donald Glover. It's a lot more gory. You feel me? On the gory side. You feel me? I know it is because you got to go back and look at some of his previous videos. The dude, cinematic genius, but he's got a little weird other side as well. So, now that I know that he's in charge of the, production and stuff, it was partially him. I'm going to say I'm a little afraid to watch it just because it might be like amazingly close to the real thing of what these fanatics are, but with more, craziness and goriness. I don't know. But Glover has clearly marched to the beat of his own drum in terms of his TV show, his TV work with Atlanta, which recently completed its run, serving as a prime example of that. Swarm 2 is almost defiantly weird. I told y'all you gotta go look at some of his music videos and a mishmash of styles and themes that draws from biting satire, understating comedy, and most poignantly of all, horror in a way that recalls some of Jordan Peele's post Get Out films. And see, I felt like that was gonna play a part too, but Because they told me about this movie not too long ago, and I forgot the name of it. I'll tell y'all the name of it when I come back, probably on Wednesday. I'm gonna be like, yo, I remember the name of that movie I was talking about. But in the movie, when they was telling me, everybody gets on and does a review, and it's like, oh, you gotta go watch this movie. This movie is so good. It's this, it's that, it's yada 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 yada. And one of the reviews I heard was it was very Jordan Peele-ish, because I guess that's the new tone set. I will say that it was a little, it gave me that vibe a little bit, but um then once I watched the whole movie, it didn't really give me that vibe. You see what I'm saying? So I hate when people use that as the comparison. And like I said, Donald Glover been way bugged out way before Jordan Peele got into any of the things that he's in. Donald, you have to go look at some of his go look at some of his videos, like some of his music videos. That dude was already that dude was already on. Go watch some of his music videos. I'm trying to tell you. He's already on one. You just have to know, you have to be paying attention to the right things. Go look at some of his music videos. Matter of fact, go look at one with him and Jane Ico. Go look at that joint. Dang, I can't even remember the name of it right now. But if you go look at it, it's a little bugged out. So we ain't gonna do him like that. Like he wasn't already bugged out from the jump. He been bugged out. All right. And so we ain't gonna just say it's like, oh, this is Jordan Peele-esque. No, we're not doing that. We're gonna say that dude been bugged out. But I'll be right back. I'm gonna come back and show some love in a second. I'll be right back. What a time to be alive. I repeat, what a time to be alive. Did you know that you could get fresh ingredients along with beautiful recipes delivered to your door? Did you know that? Wow, you can get 21 free meals plus free shipping and 3 free gifts when you use the code HelloFresh21. The link is in the description. Again, use the code HelloFresh21 to get 21 free meals plus free shipping plus 3 free gifts. I'm telling you. It's time to get healthy, y'all. I'm just saying, why not? It's fresh ingredients delivered to your door. You get recipes that you've probably never ever thought of before, and you get some free gifts. Why not? Why not? Yeah, so I'm sorry. I got to think about clearing my phone out and certain things I just don't like to see in it. Anyway, but yeah, why not? Why not? So I want to get to some love. Anybody who was watching the show this evening from YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, I appreciate you. Big shout out to Justin. I see you. Thanks for the love, hon. Thanks. I appreciate you guys who watch it while it's live, because I don't really say this much often. I do the show live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9:30. I was making sure that, but I do it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And you definitely don't have to catch it then. A lot of people come and download it and listen, and I appreciate them. I'll get to them in a second. But there's some people that definitely come through and watch the show as I do it live, and I appreciate you guys for doing that as well. You don't have to, but you do, and I appreciate you for it. Thanks. Thanks. I do. I love you for it. Now I want to get to the other people that be showing me mad love, because they do. And I'm never, ever going to take that away from them. First, I got to get to my top 6, though. Let's see if I got it. The United States, of course. Oh, I got to have that. I live in the United States. France, India, Germany, the UK, and Belgium. Those are my top six countries. They come and listen to this podcast and download the most. And I appreciate them so much for it. I do. Thank you. All right. But I love everybody equally. I do. So I don't want you to ever get it twisted just because I shout them out. I shout them out because they download the most. But let's get to the other people who download and show me love. And I love you very much. Go listen to other shows and get your numbers up, and then we could put you on the top of the list too. Um, Brazil, I love you. I do. Netherlands, I love you. Singapore, I love you. South Africa, I love you. Spain, I love you. Philippines, I love you. Australia, I love you. Japan, I love you. Mexico, I love you. Ireland, I love you. Nepal, I love you. Mauritius, I love you. Israel, I love you. Canada, I love you. Hong Kong, I love you. Ho, we're not done here. Russia, I love you. See, Poland, Tunisia, and Venezuela, baby, I love you. Hold on, I'm not finished. I just want to make sure. Oh, China, I love you. I do, I do, I do. So China. Trying to make sure I don't miss anybody, y'all. I do not live that life where I just be walking around missing people I gotta give shout outs to. That ain't the life I live. Uh-uh. Not whatsoever. Hold on. Let me get where I gotta get. Get where I gotta get real quick. But I don't get down. And like we almost at man. This is crazy. We working on 7 right now. You feel me on the download. So you feel me? I gotta show love to everybody. I don't care. All right. So Indonesia, big shout out to you. Switzerland, big shout out to you. Yes, babies. My ambitious ones. Oh my darlings. So I said Switzerland, Indonesia. I don't want to miss nobody. I said them already. Turkey, big love to you. Austria, big love to you. Kenya, big love to you. Pakistan and Romania, big love to you. And last but not least, big shout out to Nigeria. I appreciate you so much, honeys. Man, you have no idea. Oh man, you guys are extraordinary. And I'm grateful to have you as my audience. Cause you don't have to be here, but you are. You are. It's a lot of nonsense going on in the world right now. Rick Ross, keep your freaking bison in your own freaking yard. I don't never mind. If I got a neighbor like Rick Ross, I don't think I want to live next door to him. I don't. I'm sorry. I can't. I can't just be waking up and walking out. I just want to take a little stroll on my property, and next thing you know, I see some bison just hanging out in my front. No, I want lovely gardens. Because all that land, you gotta have some lovely gardens. I want lovely gardens, okay? And your bison keep coming over here eating all my flowers and stuff. I can't even have no lovely gardens. Get your bison. Um, I guess this trial is over for this triple X situation. I don't know. I don't know. But I just felt like Drake wasn't going to be there. French Montana, I like your lawyer. Real spunky and oh sassy. I like your lawyer. Ja Rule, hush your mouth. It is not rap music. It's not hip hop. The reason why that boy was in there acting a freaking fool. That boy was in there acting a freaking fool because he was in there acting a freaking fool. Don't be one of them. Get your Fire Festival stuff together first. Um, DJ Khaled, congratulations on your day, your catwalk debut. Congrats. Biden, it's get ready to be a rough one, dude. I hope you got it in you because these new Republicans are some different ones. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna say. Privilege to the privileged children of America. We don't believe you. You need more people. Jose Canseco daughter, to be specific. Um, You heard what Floyd Mayweather said. The jeweler, his jeweler said. He said Jake Paul is all cat. That's what he said. Shaq, I'm glad you're getting this hip situation in check, bruh, because yeah, you got too many. Yeah, you got some grandbabies to wait for to come and all that good stuff. You gotta chill out. Swarm, it scares me. It does. It scares me very, very much. I just still don't know if I want to see it. Just because people really be crazy in real life. I don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, so there's a few things I gotta say before I get out of here. First things first, if you would like to be on the show, you have some music you want to play on this show, you got a business you want to promote on this show, holla at me. This goes for advertisement too. Or you just got a suggestion, holla at your girl. Ambitiouslythepodcast at gmail.com. Ambitiouslythepodcast at gmail.com. Definitely holla at me. Um, you can always call in or text. The number's 443-850-4828, 443-850-4828. If you send a text, I'll be sure to read it while I'm on camera. Even if it's not at that night that you send it, I'll read it the next show. You can always drop a comment or hit the link, and we make it do what it do. Just be on your best behavior when you come in here, because I don't want to get ugly. If I do play music videos, any music songs, the videos, whatever, know that I have full permission to play the music that I play. This is why I play. I have written some visual. I have permission. And that's how that goes. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. Every like, every share, and every subscription is greatly appreciated. And, we love you for that over here. We do. It's a good looking. Check out the website, www.ambitiouslyentertainment.com, www.ambitiouslyentertainment.com. Do that. Check that out. Always some news flashing over there. Uh, if you would like to donate monetarily, we'd like the free support. But if you would like to give up a couple dollars, $2, $5, I don't care. $ capital LURLUCIDITY. $capital LURLUCIDY. I can't even get it out that last time. $capital LURLUCIDITY. I could not get it out. And yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, it's scrolling on the screen, and it should be available in the description. Yeah. Donate to the show. Why not? If you're watching on Facebook, you can send me a star. Send me a star or whatever. I don't think I got that privilege on IG yet. It's really just just go watch my reels on IG. But anyway, yeah, you can send me a star now because I'm a star. It's like, no, but you can send me a star now. I didn't even realize how many followers I got on Facebook. And because it's just, I count my friends, and I got more followers than I got friends now, which is crazy to me. But anyway, the podcast is streaming on all available streaming platforms. So make sure you go download the podcast. Go check out previous episodes that we may have done. I got some interviews lined up with some people from Boston. You might have heard of them on this here show that I do, but we got some things lined up and very interesting to see how that goes. I'm going to try my best to do a show on Wednesday, y'all. I can't make promises because my state exam, which I need to pass, is on Thursday. So I can't make promises about doing a show this Wednesday. I will get back to Wet and Wired Wednesday next week because I really, really, really need to study. I will do a Fire Friday this Friday because that is on a Friday. That is not on a Thursday where I have to take an exam, and I got to take the exam on Thursday. So I'm probably not going to do a show on Wednesday just because I'm trying my hardest to pass this exam, and it's getting close. Thank you for the support, though. Much love to all those that show support. on my social media that knows what I'm out here trying to do right now. Big love to y'all for the support and the encouragement. Um, for those who don't know what I got going on right now, like I said, I'm studying to be a licensed insurance agent in my state. And this test is very, very hard. It's not easy. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to do a show on Wednesday. I definitely will be back on Friday, but I don't know if I'm doing one on Wednesday. Um, it's financial. It's a lot of financial things that I got to be on my P's and Q's about. So I might not be here Wednesday, but I'll definitely be here on Friday. Okay. And with that being said, a few things you need to know before I get out of here, because I gotta go and study and all that good stuff. Girl ain't playing. First things first. Mind your business. And I'm telling y'all, I always tell y'all the difference between minding your business and staying in your lane. But mind your business. Everybody's business is not your business. This is why you come here on Media Mondays, so I could tell you other people's business, because it's fun and that's what I like to do. So come here on Media Mondays and I got you. Sometimes on Wet and Wired Wednesdays, not so much lately, because like I said, I've been studying. And some every now and then, just a sprinkle on Fire Fridays. But come here and I'll tell you people business. But as far as these streets, mind your business, stay in your lane. Well, mind your business. I get to stay in your lane. Secondly, love your babies, hug your babies, encourage your babies, tell your babies they could be anything they want to be. If they want to work for NASCAR, then tell them to be the best pit boss, NASCAR driver, commentator, or whatever the hell else they do over there in NASCAR. I don't know. I've never worked for NASCAR. They want to work for NASA, tell them to be the best engineer, astronaut, secretary, janitor, receptionist, or whatever the hell else they do over there at NASA. I don't know. I have never worked for NASA either. But what I'm saying is encourage them. Let them know that they are the greatest of all times. They need that. You never know how far that'll take your child. Just giving them that love and that encouragement. So that's that. And then, last but not least, stay in your lane. Now, I tell y'all all the time, I'm going to tell you the difference. So when you mind people's business, you being a little nosy, but you ain't inserting yourself into some things that you have no business inserting yourself into. Just jumping in other people's lanes, you inserting yourself when you have no business inserting yourself. Stop that. That's not good. That's not healthy. You jump in my lane. I've been trying to suppress her and keep her locked away. You don't want her. You want her. She's so sweet and cuddly and cute and just wants to be loved, and she wants to love you back, or at least her. Because honey, a girl is happy when she purring. But you don't want that first one. That first one a little vicious. I've been really trying to keep her, especially here lately, suppressed and in the back, in a cage, locked, and then locked again. But I don't know. Something about certain people that just keep coming and messing with the cage, and you just leave the kitty cat alone and let her rise. You know what I mean? Don't pull out the lioness. But at the end of the day, just stay in your lane. Staying in your lane, staying in your place is a great thing. And usually what happens when you jump in other people's lanes is a collision, and who wants that? Nobody. So stay in your lane. And with that being said, I am about to get up out of here, y'all. A girl got to study. Her state exam is this week. She got things to do. Wish me luck, please. Cross your fingers for me. Be like, you got this. I can hear you. I can feel it in my spirit. Those who are saying it, I can. And thanks for the love and the appreciation. I'm still gonna be doing the podcast. Don't get it twisted just because I'm out here trying to get this other money. Like, I'm not gonna still be out here doing these podcasts. I am. I got all the time, baby. I am. And with that being said, good night, babies. Love you. Bye.